Hey ladies, it's Coach Jamila, and I am a transformation life coach. And in short, what I do is I teach women how to be happy by helping them learn how to heal their self-confidence, their self-worth, and even their self-esteem. Now, today what I'm talking about is an issue that is so rampant, it's ridiculous. And that is, we as women have got to stop allowing men to set us up as rivals against one another. And by that I mean, because I work a lot with women who have been through an unwanted divorce, and I would say 98% of them, their husband divorced them in order to be with someone else. Whether he started that relationship during the marriage, the separation, or immediately after the divorce, the fact is he ended the relationship with her in order to be with somebody else, okay? And so the point is that typically this other woman or this new woman tends to view herself as somehow being better than the wife or the previous woman. And it's like, no, how could you think that? And then they will actually criticize the wife or the woman that was in the relationship previously with the man, as if somehow they have any information or understanding about what that relationship was all about. Anyone who's ever been married will tell you that marriage is very complicated. It is the blending of two lives into one, and it is so interconnected and intertwined that you just can't get all of that from one person. You're only hearing one side of the story. And what is the man's motivation? It's to get you on his side so that you sympathize with him because he's trying to get into a relationship with you. And here's what you need to understand, is that when a man comes out of a relationship and rolls into another relationship, he's using you as an emotional crutch. Why? Because whenever you're leaving a long-term relationship, there's a lot of baggage and pain that comes with that. But having someone fresh and ready that's stroking his ego and telling him how great he is, that's just ready and waiting in the wings, he's gonna latch on to that because it feels good. So he's getting into the relationship not for what he can do for you, but for how you make him feel. But then once the relationship is in progress and in motion, and you start putting out your requests and your demands, you're gonna meet with resistance. And you're not gonna have this great guy that you somehow thought you had when he was bad-mouthing his wife or leaving a previous relationship. It's like, come on, ladies, get real, okay? So stop it. Stop allowing we have to stop allowing ourselves to be set up, like I said, as rivals, pitted against one another. Because these men that are being scrapped over and scrounged over, what is this about? They've already shown that they're disloyal to their wife because they cheated on her or they badmouthed her to you. And yet you think that's a great guy? If he did it to her, what makes you think he's not going to do it to you? And so when a man is coming out of a relationship and he chooses to latch onto a new woman, he's looking for a sure thing. Well, what is a sure thing? A sure thing is a woman with low self-worth and low self-esteem. Because when you don't value yourself, and you constantly look outside of yourself for validation or for somebody to make you feel good about you, then the first man that comes along and blows in your ear, you're so thrilled and excited for the attention that you don't really think about, wait a minute, is this what I want? Do I want to have to carry all of his baggage and help him work through all these issues that he's bringing from that previous relationship? Why don't you feel that you deserve a man that's free and clear and ready and healed and whole? Why do you have to take somebody else's sloppy seconds, clean them up, and try to make it into something that's somewhat great, but it's never going to be that? And so my point is don't allow yourself to be used by someone who has shown disrespect to the woman he was with and a lack of appreciation for you and your feelings, in that he didn't even finish this relationship totally and completely before he started one with you. So it's like, stop it. So for the ex-wife, don't be getting all up in arms over him when he has shown that he's disloyal, that he lied, he cheated. You have a right to be hurt. You have a right to be angry. Absolutely, because what he did was ugly and it was wrong. But don't be getting mad at her. It's him. He done did all this. He did this. Now, she may have been a friend, because sometimes that happens, or someone that you knew which makes it even worse. Like, why would you do that? But the point is that if there was no woman waiting in the wings, ready to be a sure thing, with broken self-worth and lack of self-esteem, that needed that validation from just some man blowing in her ear, if she was unwilling to be a participant, then this isn't something that would keep happening. You know, in my group, it's just so many women. It's the same story over and over and over. And it's just like, why is there always a woman willing and ready to be with a man who's not available? If he's married or separated, he's not available. He's got to finish that. So you need to set that standard that if he's not done, completely done, legally, emotionally, whatever, and then has taken a minute to pull himself together. Don't settle for somebody else's sloppy seconds. You're better than that. You deserve better than that. Don't allow him to use you to help him get through his mess. Because you have needs too, and you deserve someone that's just as devoted to you and willing to be there for you just as much as he is enjoying you being there for him. So I hope that makes sense. You know, it's just important that we as women we need to empower one another. We need to stop nitpicking at one another and looking at each other like we're in competition. We're not, because the good men are not a part of this whole scenario. They don't treat their women like this, okay? So the guys that are being scratched and scrounged over are these guys that are playing games. And those are not the ones that any of us want to be with. But if you keep making yourself available, then they're going to keep taking advantage. So that's my challenge to you today. If you're the other woman, stop it. I mean, yeah, it's not easy to be alone. You may feel like, but you know, I'm just happy, or you're overlooking, you're compromising, you're making excuses for things about him that you know are not right. Stop it. Be real and be honest. And it's okay if you're afraid to be alone, and if it's okay if he's actually better than maybe some other guy that you've had. Whereas if you were with someone that was a horrible person, he may be a couple notches above that, but that doesn't make him good enough to be what you need. And so really, I challenge you to take the time to heal your self-worth. Get to know who you are, your needs, what you want, and then allow that to come from that place of healness, being healed and whole. Allow yourself to come from that place when you go out and seek a relationship. And don't allow any man to think that he can use you as a stepping stone to work through his feelings and emotions, that he is coming out of some other relationship. You are not a rebound chick. You are not an emotional crutch. You are not a backup plan. You want to be someone's number one, and number one doesn't wait on the sidelines, and number one doesn't wait in the wings, okay? He needs to be working to win you and win your love, not the other way around, okay? So I'm going to get off my soapbox, but I just wanted to put that out there because it's just so rampant, and we just really have to stop. And the crux of the matter is, if we all stopped and really took the time to heal our self-worth, recognize our true value as women, then this really would stop happening. So anyway, that's all I have to say about that. Thanks for watching.